Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to Biosciences with ShahTareen Swati. And today I'm here with the life cycle of the moss plant. And this life cycle is created by Iqra. She is pre-medical student and the credit goes to Iqra. So that's why. And I'm sharing some information related to the moss plant. Mosses, you know that they belong to the non-vascular plant of kingdom Plantae. Non-vascular plants are those plants which do not possess the xylem and phloem for the conduction of the water and food, and these plants are very small size and grow close to the surface of the soil. And these non-vascular plants body is not differentiated into root, stem and leaves. You can see here this is the simplest structure of the non-vascular plant which is moss. Okay, now you can see this moss plant divided into two generations, the Sporophyte generation and the Gametophyte generation. This is the Sporophyte generation and this is the Gametophyte generation. Gametophyte generation is haploid and the Sporophyte generation is diploid. And in case of the non-vascular plant like the mosses, the Gametophyte generation, which is haploid, is independent. This is green, means photosynthetic. Is it clear? And the Sporophyte generation is diploid, and non-green means depend upon the Gametophyte for the food, because this is non-synthetic. The Gametophyte is synthetic and the Sporophyte is non-photosynthetic. Is it clear? So Sporophyte generation depend upon Gametophyte generation for food, nutrition means each and everything. And these plants consist of the rhizoids which anchor the plant body into the soil, and through these rhizoids plant get water from the soil, minerals and water from the soil. So this is a little bit information about the plant body of the mosses or Gametophyte. Now what will happen? This Gametophyte exists in male Gametophyte and the female Gametophyte. In male Gametophyte, sperm is produced, and in the female Gametophyte, egg is produced. So the male Gametophyte reproductive organ is antheridium, and the female is known as archegonium. Now, as I have mentioned that the Gametophyte is the haploid generation and the Sporophyte is the diploid generation. Now what will happen? The Sporophyte contain, you can see here the stalk and the sporangium. This sporangium contains small spores. These spores are haploid. Sporophyte is diploid, but the spores produced in its sporangium are haploid. And how do the haploid spore produce? Because of the meiosis. Here meiosis occur and the diploid spores converted into haploid. As you can see here, the meiosis occur in the Sporophyte and convert the diploid spores into haploid spores. Now these haploid spores, this is actually, I am discussing the alternation of generation, because Sporophyte alternate with Gametophyte and Gametophyte with Sporophyte. Means Sporophyte produce Gametophyte generation and Gametophyte generation produce the Sporophyte generation. So you can see here first spores produce which are haploid. These spores when fall on the surface of the soil. Is it clear? These haploid spores develop into haploid Gametophyte. Must keep it in your mind, because the spores are haploid and these spores when fall on the surface of the soil, they produce the haploid Gametophyte, male Gametophyte and the female Gametophyte. Now what will happen? You can see here this male and female Gametophyte contain the antheridium and archegonium. This is the archegonium with egg, and this is the this plant is the male plant, produces the sperm in the antheridium. Now the sperm, in case of the non-vascular plants like mosses, these are flagellated sperms and they need water for the fertilization. They move towards the archegonium. You can see this is the archegonium with egg, and the sperm from the antheridium of the male plant move towards the archegonium. And then what will happen when the sperm come inside the archegonium? Then it fertilizes with that egg. You can see this is the fertilization. Egg and sperm fertilize with each other, and when egg and sperm fertilize with each other, they produce the diploid Sporophyte generation. because sperm and egg both are haploid because they are produced from the haploid generation. One is the male gametophyte, other is the female gametophyte. So the haploid sperm and egg, which are the male and female gametes, when fertilized they produce the diploid sporophyte. You can see here, this is the diploid sporophyte. This is the Sporophyte generation. So you can see this is the haploid generation, which after fertilization become diploid and produce the sporophyte. And the sporophyte inside the sporangium of the sporophyte, meiosis occur and convert the diploid sporophyte into haploid spores. And when these spores, by the mechanism of meiosis, and these spores then fall again on the surface of the soil and produce the haploid gametophyte. So this is all about the life cycle of the moss plant, which is non-vascular plant. I hope so the concept of the life cycle of the moss plant and alternation of a generation is clear upon you people. Thank you.